A special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K Sports. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. We're live in Houston where the Rockets have home court advantage. Facing off here against a very talented ball club, guys. This is a tremendous chance for them to put all their skill and talent on display.
This is a special matchup. We got here tonight. Two rival franchises, a lot of history between the two, and some bad blood. So let's just see how all this adds up in terms of drama.
And guys, I think if you ask them, as far as they're concerned, this game counts twice in the standings. It carries that kind of weight. It really holds that kind of significance for both of them.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot.
And guys, James Harden, much criticized for his defense a couple seasons ago. I really felt like he was dialed in at that end, and he has improved mightily over that season.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, I was able to catch up with the head coach for the Rockets just a moment ago. I asked him what they needed to key in on defensively, and he said, well, we've got to limit penetration by Tony Parker. He's really the, quote, head of the snake, and with his floater, he doesn't need to get all the way to the rim to score. It's crucial that we do our best to keep him outside the lane. Guys, that's no easy assignment. We'll see how much success they have defensively.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. And speaking of Harden's defense, remember that internet video a couple years ago, Clark, that compiled a lot of his lapses at that end of the court. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was embarrassing, but sometimes you get caught on candid camera and it's motivation for you to get better. And I think that's exactly what happened with James Harden.
San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
There we go, fans. Keep it going. Throw your Rockets power.
Parker outside. Dishes to Aldridge. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And guys, remember, LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season. But he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
And Aldridge postponing that thumb injury surgery, even though they said it might double his eventual recovery time.
Yeah, I think it's pretty admirable that he was out there because he wasn't just playing in pain. He was playing hurt. That shows you his commitment to winning.
Now Parker. Trevor Ariza missing from long range. Parker kicks to Leonard. Back to Parker. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Boy, after the first 3 misses, I thought they'd get one here, but they still can't connect.
Kicks it out to Harden. Wide open look, and he gets it to go. Harden's got his first bucket in this one.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Out to Duncan. Outside, Green. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. Green's got his first 3 points of the game.
Took a little time, but they get one to go. Maybe they're warmed up now.
Parker against Beverly, and it's Ariza in the corner. That doesn't go either for Ariza. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Parker outside, kicks it to Green. They set the pick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Aldridge, and the layup falls.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Harden. He's coming off a 31-point game against the Magic in Orlando.
And also give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man.
Here's Green. 3-point lead. Pass to Leonard. He feeds it to Aldridge. ripped away. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now here's Duncan. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Leonard kicks to Green. Duncan with the screen for Green. The drive by Duncan. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Well, as usual, a lot of offense in the NBA is being generated from the small forward position this season. Here are the league's best at that position. Fifth best, Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, tremendously gifted athletically. I mean, we're used to seeing that at that spot on the floor, and they pretty much all give astonishing individual performances on any given night.
Well, we know the small forward spot is where the bulk of the scoring load rests on most teams. I mean, those players on that list always come through in the scoring department. These guys pack a lot of firepower.
Here's Parker. James Harden picking up that last basket. Here's Aldridge. The shot is off. The Rockets go the other way with it. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
Yeah, their defense got sliced and diced in that game. They just weren't closing down on perimeter shooters, not nearly quick enough, and then they gave up their fair share of those point-blank shots on the interior as well.
Something was clearly amiss for them, Greg. I mean, to let an opponent shoot that high a percentage, you got to take a real long look in the mirror after a game like that.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Now, here is Harden. And get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game. Outside Aldridge. Puts up a three. And again, it's San Antonio with a three. Well, you've got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times grumpy demeanor in a more of a spotlight. He's playing along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters. He knows, Greg, you know this firsthand, when to turn it on, when to turn it off. He can be as compassionate a person, Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all humans, and he treats people the right way all the time. Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Spurs making a switch here. Ginobili's checked in. Parker passes to Duncan. Left side, Leonard. And he jams it with authority.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Well, the Spurs just don't go on losing streaks very often, Greg. One perk of being a talented veteran group.
Yeah, how about the Spurs lost 4 games in a row twice last year. Over the last decade before that, Kevin, they had only lost 4 games in a row twice. Unbelievable.
Monty Eunice is checked in for Capella. Beverly dishes to Howard. There's a screen by Monty Eunice. It's Harden with the drive. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Harden's got 6.
And you look at the Spurs and how they avoid losing streaks. I mean, most teams losing 4 in a row wouldn't be such a big deal. It's only a big deal for the Spurs because they're so consistent year in and year out.
Leonard. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Harden, no good. San Antonio leading by 5.
And guys, for the Spurs, a big reason they rarely go on losing streaks is that they have no bad matchups. One of only 3 teams in the NBA last year to defeat every other NBA team. Winning for this group is just second nature. You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Beverly. Here's Ariza, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Guys, before last season, Trevor Ariza signing a 4-year, $32 million deal with the Rockets. Big free agent get for the team.
And, you know, they wanted to re-sign Chandler Parsons, Kevin, but with his departure, in comes Ariza, and Trevor is a quality replacement. I mean, a terrific wing defender, and he's a nice spot-up shooter as well.
And, you know, you compare their games. Ariza a bit more limited maybe offensively than Parsons, a few years older, but he's also a better defender and also better at playing without the basketball. Remember, you got 5 guys out there, only 1 ball. Sometimes your chemistry can improve when a guy doesn't need the basketball to be effective.
And he gets the bucket. Rockets trail by 6. Terry outside. Shoots off the screen. Buries the jump shot.
And, you know, for the Rockets, a nice pairing with James Harden and Trevor Ariza. Ariza, a spot-up shooter and defender, while Harden arguably the premier offensive creator in the league. I mean, they really complement each other well. No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Odiunas, a screen on Parker. And it's Terry off the drive, and that one's good. Terry's got his second basket of the night.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him, get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
Parker, that's good, and so Duncan with the assist.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Now here's Terry. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Rockets making a change here. Thornton's checked in.
Marcus Thornton.
I'm putting you in. Let's go.
Here's Jones. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
That's good.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Thornton against Ginobili. Here's the floater. And it's good on the way in. Thornton's got his first bucket of the night.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
And check out the bounce.
Oh, bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Now, here's Brewer. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And Thornton kicks to Odiunas. And a miss there on the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Parker passes to Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. And now it's an 8-point San Antonio lead. Odiunas sets a screen for Terry. To the inside, and stolen by Aldridge. Parker dishes to Leonard. Pass to Duncan. He kicks to Parker. 6 on the shot clock. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Now the pass to Ginobili. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Rockets trail by 8. Terry with it, picked up by Ginobili. Terry kicks to Thornton. Screened by Jones. Here's Brewer. Sinks the triple. Brewer's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Over 21 points a game only a few seasons ago. But last season, under double figures at 9 per contest.
San Antonio calls timeout. On the topic of Thornton, Greg, last season, he wasn't all bad. He did hit, a career high 42% of his threes. Clark, the problem is he didn't provide anything else.
Yeah, he's an Allen wrench. He's a specialist. I mean, he's never been a great playmaker, rebounder, or defender. His money is made with his jump shot.
West passes to Mills. Tries it from 19. West gets the bucket. And the Spurs lead by 7. Houston's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Terry dishes to Moniunas. Feeds to Thornton. Shoots from 14. Can't hit. Nice D from Ginobili. And here's Mills. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Fires from deep. No good. And so the first quarter is in the books. Spurs lead by 7. And Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, very demanding. Throughout the years, he was hardest on his point guard, Tony Parker. And here's what Parker had to say about that. Even though it seems like that was a very long time ago now, to hear Tony Parker talk about it now, it still sounds very fresh to him.
Did he acknowledge Kevin that he cried?
It sounds like it, yeah.
The game made him cry. That's one of the things fans forget about with professional athletes. No matter. No matter how successful they get, players never forget that pain and frustration or those other emotions they've gone through to help get them to where they are.
And we're ready to get rolling once again here for our Christmas Day matchup. And guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then there's Howard. And it's Capella in at the power forward position. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And for Kyle Anderson, he had so many traits, Greg, the Spurs were looking for when they drafted him back in 2014. But he spent pretty much the entire season on the pond.
Yeah, and you know that Coach Pop makes his guys earn their minutes. You know, he doesn't care if he took you in the first round or if you're an undrafted free agent. He's going to play the guy who helps his team win.
He gives them a double-digit lead. And the Spurs lead by 10.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Ariza kicks to Capella. Goes up again. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Boris Diaw.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
So he comes up empty, missing both.
And the Rockets were a tough team last year, but at times it really felt like a one-man show. Harden carried them so much for so long. You just have to wonder if it wore him out.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. It's Anderson with the drive. Puts it up from 17. And Diaw with the basket on the assist by Anderson.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Rockets trail by 12. And if carrying the team during the regular season were Harden down, Greg, as you were talking about, it didn't show that much in the playoffs. Harden was phenomenal most, if not Clark, all of the postseason.
I would agree with you, but there also were some other guys for Houston that did step up in the postseason. Howard looked as good as he did before all of his injuries, as a case in point.
West kicks to Mills. And there's the feed to Diaw. Trying to find Mills. Gets it to him. Ginobili outside. Shot clock at 2. And another basket for San Antonio.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them.
Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from James Harden. Now, here's Mills, defended by Beverly. West passes to Mills. That is good. And the Spurs lead by 14.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint. I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Well, David West's usage and overall numbers have ticked away with time. He's still as efficient as ever.
Yeah, not the over 50% field goal guy he used to be, but still a valuable contributor on the block.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Beverly kicks to Howard. 9 feet out. The shot no good. Ariza outside. He dishes it to Beverly. Screen by Howard. There's a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Houston needs to get a shot off. From deep, Harden. Count that one. Harden's got 5 points in the quarter.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Spurs leading by 11. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Parker against Beverly. Parker dishes to Duncan. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And guys, Tim Duncan still dominant after 18 years. He's reshaped his body. He has gotten a brand new diet, which he says has had a huge benefit. We saw it in the playoffs last year. Greg, I think, he probably was one of the top 5 overall performers in last year's playoffs.
No doubt about it. We continue to write this guy off, Kevin, and he just continues to defy Father Time. I mean, there was a point where he was starting to feel the wear and tear, especially in his knees, but being the competitor he is, he decided to dictate to his body rather than letting his body dictate to him.
Getting back to Duncan, when you talk to his teammates, they'll tell you he's disciplined. He maintains a strict diet, does off-the-floor training, from boxing to swimming, throwing tires, running in the sand. That keeps him motivated and engaged.
Rockets trail by 10. Beverly, the pass to Ariza. And it's Houston with another. The Spurs have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second.
And talking about Duncan's new look, Coach Popovich had an interesting quote. Pop said, I look at him and tell him, you look like Sprewell used to look. Just skin and bones, ligaments and tendons. But you know what? You can't argue with success, and not many people have had more than Tim Duncan.
Green kicks to Duncan. Nice form on the 20-footer. Duncan's got 6 points. Here's Beverly. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. There's the dish to Harden. The tray. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Aldridge a screen. Green dishes to Aldridge. Screen by Duncan. Parker drives in, and Duncan throws it down.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander. You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Passes it to Parker. Outside, Green. 6 on the shot clock. Duncan kicks to Aldridge. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
I'm only here to see some stats for Parker. Some impressive play from him over the last month. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And you know, that's what stars do. It isn't always about scoring 50 points. It's about making plays consistent.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And continuing to expand his arsenal last season, Patrick Beverley, the guard for the Rockets. Career highs in assists and rebounds per game, and he's one of the smallest guys on the floor.
Yeah, and he's really working on the details of becoming a better playmaker, becoming a guy that has coaches trust him to handle the basketball in those crucial situations.
Aldridge, the pass to Parker. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Well, what a smart pass that time by Aldridge.
So for the Rockets, Monty Eunice is checked in for Capella. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverley.
You know, talking about Beverley, his wrist injury really changed things for the Rockets at the end of last season. Suddenly, 37-year-old Jason Terry had to take on big minutes at the point, and he was serviceable, but they missed Beverley's toughness on defense particularly.
Harden against Leonard. Leonard draws the double. And Duncan gets it to go on the assist by Leonard. And that's 10 points for Duncan.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
And going back to the one thing with Patrick Beverley, his shot could still be more consistent. Last year, he was down in shooting averages across the board, including just 38% from the field. It makes it very difficult on your offense when you have an inability to space the floor.
Duncan with a screen on Terry. And Leonard has it in the corner. Rockets with the rebound. And this game, the first chance they've had to see the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year, they came out on the losing end.
And, you know, with two teams in the upper pyramid in the early going, important to establish that pecking order, especially within your conference. So this game is important.
Now here's Parker. 14 points from him the last game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Screen by Duncan. Leonard dishes to Duncan. Brewer with the steal. And it's Houston on the break. Terry's got the ball. Howard setting the pick for Terry. Now here's Brewer. He's covered by Leonard. Here's Harden. The baseline jumper goes down. Harden's got 20 points.
Man, I love to see James Harden go to work and shoot that ball.
Aldridge a screen. Aldridge with a screen on Terry. Parker kicks to Green. 5 to shoot. Dishes it to Aldridge. And it's James Harden with the rebound.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
And he uses both hands to jam it in.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Outside, Green. Kicks it to Aldridge. Duncan, high post. Green against Harden. Pass to Aldridge to stop the drought. They grab their own miss.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Harden with it. Now Green defending. It's Harden with the drive. Banked in off the glass. Harden's got 24 points.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
When you think of James Harden, you don't think much about his athleticism. His strength, though, is exceptional for his position.
Yeah, I think that's his greatest attribute. His ball handling's good, but it's his strength. He's able to run through contact.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And Harden able to get wherever he wants on the court. I mean, he can muscle you, but he's also got that Euro step and all those moves that just leave you in a dizzy.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Terrence Jones comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Thornton in for James Harden. Green with a screen for Parker. And the wide open shot from Green. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 3rd assist on the night.
You know, and Harden, you think about how elusive he is, but at the same time, he's a guy that seeks contact. I mean, he'll entice a defender to try and reach in, and a master salesman when it comes to getting those refs to blow the whistle. Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Parker against Thornton. Parker passes to Aldridge. The shot, no good. And it's Houston the other way, looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans. They'll match up against the Pelicans. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Jones, no luck.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Now here's Parker, covered by Brewer. Parker kicks to Aldridge. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
.34 seconds left here in the second. Jones, marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Parker against Terry. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Shot clock at 5. Offensive rebound, Spurs. Excellent D that time from Jones. And Brewer kicks to Thornton. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And it's a 3-point Houston lead.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game.
Thank you, Kevin.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance the hometown fans are witnessing here tonight. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet, James Harden led the way in the first half. He ended up with 24. And that'll wrap up our halftime show, the third quarter.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
On the floor for San Antonio, Mills and Manu at the guards. West is out there with Anderson, and it's Diaw in at the center position. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Harden against Ginobili. Left side, West. Ginobili dishes to Mills. Shoots. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
Houston in the lead. Harden kicks to Capella. He feeds it to Beverly. Ariza against Green. Ariza goes in. And easy 2 points on the layup. Ariza's got his second bucket tonight. Well, Greg, getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking was up. You were talking about that. Clark, 3.5 assists a game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart. He's tough. He's all about team. And, you know, he makes things happen. Impacts winning in a lot of ways, and those assist totals indicate that.
On the wing, Harden. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Spurs trail by 6. Parker outside. Pass to Leonard. Over in the corner, Green. Screen by Duncan. Stolen by Harden. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And there's the lay-in. And now an 8-point Rocket lead.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Rockets leading by 8. He kicks to Beverly. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists now in this one.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
There you go. I mean, this is the time to get aggressive. I mean, they need to keep feeding him the basketball.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
In a season where everyone in the Southwest made it to the playoffs, you just knew it was going to be a war of attrition night in and night out. Still, the Rockets managed to come out on top. In the division.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for San Antonio. To the paint, here's Howard.
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clark, he's going to start putting on a show now.
And that's usually how it goes. Once they get that lead, it's almost like they give him free reign.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. And the Rockets were just 8 up and 8 down in the Southwest Division. But, Clark, they won the out-of-division games they needed to in order to take the division crown.
Exactly, and it was a tough year to do that because the division was so tough. It was actually the first ever Southwest Division title for the Rockets.
San Antonio with the rebound. Duncan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Parker kicks to Duncan. Ginobili the pass to Aldridge. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Down low, here's Leonard, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
Here's Beverly. He's got 8. Lets it go with a 3. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Parker against Beverly. Parker drives in. Aldridge left side. 5 on the clock. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Aldridge has got 11.
You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Biting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
Ginobili against Harden. Screen by Howard. Here's Beverly. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Beverly's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Duncan with a screen on Beverly. It's Parker with the drive. Leonard with no one around. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
Howard. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against the Timberwolves at Target Center.
I mean, no stress in that one. The game almost looked like a shoot-around for them. Amazing at how well they shot the basketball.
And even more impressive, Greg, considering it was on the road. I mean, it's rare that you see a team get that hot away from home.
Here's Harden. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Leonard dishes to Duncan. That cuts the lead to single digits.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Houston making a switch here. Jones is checked in. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Here's Jones. Here's Howard. And it's sent back by Aldridge. Leonard against Harden. Baseline try. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Leonard. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Screen by Jones. There's the pass to Ariza, and he slams that one down.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
And it's Aldridge missing.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the 3. It's a pretty valuable commodity. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Duncan. Monty Eunice is checked in for Houston. Thornton comes in for James Harden. Here's Eunice. The offensive rebound. And the basket by Jones. Jones has got his third basket of the night right there.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebound.
You know what? That rebound has always been a critical element of the game, and that's why they are now understanding how to win.
You know, you talk about Trevor Ariza last season. I mean, his field goal percentage dipped to 40, mostly because he only took threes, or so it appeared. It's hard to be efficient if you're only shooting threes.
The drive by Green. Anderson outside. West with a wide open look. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down.
You guys, when you think about Trevor Ariza, he was signed by Houston last year to play defense. And did he deliver on that end? He was usually matched up against the opponent's best wing scorer, and he had the highest steals average of his career, almost 2 a game. Add to that, he is a knockdown shooter from beyond the arc.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Terrence Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Eunice against West. Feeds it to Anderson. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Over in the corner, Green. Here's Marjanovic, covered by Eunice. A terrific shot on the turnaround.
How much do you love to see the turnaround?
Rockets leading by 9. And Thornton kicks to Jones. The feed now to Terry. There's a screen by Eunice. And it's Terry off the drive. Deflects the pass. Eunice's shot is good.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Mills with it. West a screen on Terry. Mills passes to West. To the inside. Marjanovic got a piece of it. And Terry up top, covered by Mills. Terry dishes to Jones. There's a screen by Eunice. And Thornton kicks to Eunice. Ferries it down low. Eunice has got 4 points in the quarter.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
San Antonio calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Spurs trail by 13. Parker outside. He dishes it to Leonard. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Leonard's got 19 points.
The defender was spinning around like an agitator in the washing machine after that crossover.
I think you're right. Looks a little bit dizzy after that one.
You know, it had been, guys, 4 straight seasons for the Spurs winning the Southwest. Last year they had their streak broken and settled for 3rd place in their division.
Just 5 on the clock. That's good. Terry's got the lead up to 14 now for the Rockets. 51 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Parker outside. Up top, Leonard. Aldridge a screen. Leonard attacking. The Spurs did as well as just about anybody could last season in the Southwest Division. 8-8 record against the rest of the division, the toughest in the league.
No doubt about it. And listen, everyone in the division, of course, made it into the postseason last year. The Spurs could have won the division again had they beaten the Pelicans in that final game of the season. But the whole division was a neck-and-neck battle all year long.
And he's good on the second.
Well, you know that Kawhi Leonard has an incredible reach with his arms, but even his hands are just massive, measured at 10 inches long and 11 inches wide. Wow.
Terry the pass to Jones. The dish to Brewer. It's hauled in by Diaw. Spurs trail by 13. Out to the right wing. And stolen by Thornton. From 15 feet away, Brewer's shot is off. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Ginobili's got his second bucket of the night. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Rockets lead by 10. And we're just... The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Rockets leading by 10. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Howard. And it's Capella in at the 4. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Beverley dishes to Howard. Lets it go from 11. No good off the back of the rim. Spurs shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Parker kicks to Leonard. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. For a long time in San Antonio, it's been about the big 3, and rightfully so with all their wins, and Kawhi Leonard seems to be their future.
And Kawhi and the big 3 recognize that and are trying to ease the transition period. And if you know the Spurs, they'll make a smooth transition, won't they, Kevin?
Absolutely. Leonard hits them both.
And guys, for Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs, Coach Popovich already sees him as the next guy. He told Leonard not to think of the big 3, but to think of himself as the big 1.
Beverley against Parker. That's good from Howard on the assist by Beverley. Beverley's got his 7th assist here tonight. Spurs trail by 10.
And guys, with what Popovich said about Leonard, small things like that can be the catalyst to get a player to reach greatness. Sooner or later, this will be Kawhi's team.
Back to Parker. 5 on the clock. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. A different look now for San Antonio. Diaw comes in for Duncan. And it's West in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Beverley against Parker. Beverley the pass to Harden. And another 3 for Houston.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Passes it to Diaw. Dishes to Green. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from David West.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Kicks to Howard. Here's Beverley. No luck. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. The 3 from Leonard. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Harden dishes to Beverley. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Ariza has the open look. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Parker kicks to Leonard. On the wing, Green. West setting the pick for Green. Pass to West. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throw. Down.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim. Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down. All of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He was not happy with their play to this point, telling them we're getting out hustled, plain and simple. There's still time, but we've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Tim Duncan, even in his advanced years, showing you that great vision and still getting it done. Nice pass.
Harden with it. Leonard picks him up. There's the pick. It's tipped. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two.
What a performance from Harden here. He's got 33 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
And you know what, Clark? If you continue to shoot the way he is, he may have to become more of an integral part of their offensive scheme.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
There are certain things, guys, that you can always count on in life. Death, taxes, and, of course, the Spurs winning 50 games in the regular season. Happened for the 16th straight season last year.
Parker kicks to Duncan. Outside Leonard. Now Duncan. Back to Leonard. It's hauled in by Beverly. Well, keeping in mind the Spurs have won 50 games or more for many years in a row, Greg, there are teams out there who can drive cars who have not even seen the Spurs not win 50 games, at least in a year.
And the way the Spurs keep on building this team, it's not as if that streak's going to end anytime soon. Those kids might have a chance to vote and do much more before they fail to see the Spurs win 50 games. And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Outside Aldridge. 5 to shoot. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Parker outside. Pass to Green. He feeds it to Duncan. It's Parker outside. It's rebounded by Houston. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Capella, and it's sent back by Aldridge. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. The pass to Beverly. with some arc. Capella, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Shots, gentlemen.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division, and as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
San Antonio making a switch here. Green's checked in.
And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6, when I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th and was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game.
Here's Mills. He kicks it to Ginobili. A 3-pointer off the mark.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And with the Rockets' last postseason, their trip to the conference finals was as far as they would go. Went out to the Warriors in 5 games. Most of them, though, close ones. I think most fans were pleased with how far the team went last year in spite of all the injuries.
Just 4 to shoot. It's stolen by Ariza. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Rips down the breakaway slam.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
San Antonio calls timeout. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
Spurs trail by 12. Feeds it to Duncan. Howard with the steal. By himself. And Harden with the stuff.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger card right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And, guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. The Rockets pull it in. Howard's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And there's the feed to Harden. He slams it down right on top of Tim.
And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense, I mean, it's all been terrific.
And here is Parker. Duncan with a screen for Parker. He dishes it to Duncan. From deep, Green. It's rebounded by Houston. Beverly's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Passes it to Howard. Ariza kicks to Capella. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
Beverly against Parker. The dish to Duncan. Shot clock at 6. Shot to stop the run. The shot will not go.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Yeah, a bit over-eager right there. Left his feet too early.
Yeah, and if you're already boxed out like he was, just back up. Because if you don't, you're going to get called for the over-the-back.